Hey sis, it's your girl Tahirah Ahshah and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another business video and I think it's gonna be really good. Today I am being super transparent and sharing with you the mistakes that I have made in my business, Pure Life Stationery, since I first launched my very first product. Okay, and that was in 2021. So yeah, I am coming to you with this video because I was saying like the past, I'm gonna say like 2 months, I have taken between like 4 to 6 different masterclasses, and everyone is pretty much saying the exact same thing. So I'm definitely sensing some trends in my bad behavior as it pertains to running my small business. So now I am able to pinpoint exactly where I went wrong in starting my business, in launching my first product. So I want to just share with you my mistakes today because we are getting really close to 2023. And I know when the new year begins, a lot of people start to launch new businesses, or, you know, they begin to rebrand or launch new products. And I just don't want you guys to make the exact same mistakes that I did. So that's why I am sharing with you my mistakes so that you don't make the exact same ones, okay? So let's jump right into the video. But before we do, welcome to the Pure Life Sisterhood, where we talk all things business, planning, and lifestyle. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all of the future new videos that I will be dropping every single week. And of course, if you have any questions or suggestions as it pertains to this particular video, please leave it in the comment section below. And last but not least, if this video helps you in any way, y'all, please give it a thumbs up so that you can put me high up there in that algorithm as it pertains to business, lifestyle, and planning. But let's jump right into the video. Okay, y'all, so this is crazy that I'm really talking about this. So it's 5 different things, or 5 different, I'm gonna say, trends that I found in the mistakes that I made. So starting with mistake number 1 is I launched more than one product. When I first launched like my business, I launched more than one product, and that was a huge mistake, okay? One of the reasons why I say it was a huge mistake is, 1, because my main product, you know, being my planner, was the product that sold out in 6 hours. So I know I did really good with that, but the other 2 products that I launched, I believe it was a notebook and it was a pen, they are still sitting on my website. Now, mind you, I purchased all of those items in bulk. So honestly, I have been selling them. It's just, you know, I purchased them in bulk. But what I'm thinking about is that if I wouldn't have purchased those 2 additional products to sell, that could have been money that I could have, you know, used to re-up on my planners, and it could have been money to promote my planners even more, okay? And because my planners was my high-end product. My planners started at $50, whereas like the pen and the notebook were sold at like $5 to $7, no more than like $10. So it just didn't make sense now that I think about it, right? When you're first launching your business, I recommend that you only launch one product at a time, and that product should be the product that you want to be known for, so your main product. So I did do that, right? I did launch my planner, and my business, Pure Life Stationery, is known for its planners. Very high-end, very detailed, very luxurious planners that people actually use, right? So I did good with that. It's just, I just recommend that you only launch that one product and then use the additional money that you have left over to market that product, or to buy additional, you know, versions of that product after that particular product sells out. Or y'all just slide it to your savings, right? So if you have additional money left over, just slide it to your savings. Don't be so quick to pour money into all of these other products, okay? So that would be tip number one, would be to just launch one product, and that being your main product, okay? Boom. Mistake number 2 is kind of like piggybacking off of mistake number 1, and that is just putting all of my money into all of my products, right? So I really didn't have a lot of money left over for marketing, for photo shoots, for campaigns, vendor fees at different pop-up shops. I didn't have money left over to sell my product, right? Because as you do like your taxes and your tax breakdowns and like your expenses for the year, one of those expenses is the cost to do business, right? So the cost to sell your product, whether it's shipping, shipping supplies, all of those things, I do by far, regret, just putting all of my money into products in general, right? Like I should have, scaled back a little bit, maybe not purchase, as many planners in the very beginning, and just really just focusing on the marketing and the building of my brand, because that ish costs money, right? And so the tip that I have for you, y'all, as it pertains to this particular mistake, is to create a budget in the very beginning. So before you even start looking for vendors, before you even start, thinking of like marketing strategies and stuff like that, think of a budget first, okay? Think of a budget. And inside of that budget, you should have, okay, this is the X amount of dollars that I want to spend on my product, and this is the X amount of dollars I want to spend on marketing. This is the X amount of dollars, I want to spend on, education, etc., etc. Because what I found myself doing was just like really just taking money and more money from my personal account. And y'all, that is a huge no-no. I know when you first start off your business, like I did, like I said, I first started off my business using my income taxes. I mean, I'm very vocal about that. No shame in my game. I had to do what I had to do. But that should have been it. Once I used that large lump sum of money to fund my business, I should not have had to keep taking money from my personal account. I should have, been able to generate those funds from the products that I was selling had I budgeted properly, but I did not do that, okay? So budget, create a budget. So mistake number 3 that I made was attending pop-up shops that did not attract my audience. I wasted so much time at so many different pop-up shops that my audience was not going to be at, that I could have been using, again, that time, okay, for, other aspects of my business, such as creating content, such as, doing, videos, such as, attending different masterclasses, or just spending time with my family, okay? But I was at a pop-up shop that I really didn't feel like being at because my audience wasn't there. And I also wasted a lot of money because vendor fees, they start to add up, okay? They really, really do, especially if you attend a lot of different pop-up shops like I do throughout the year. I'm spending like at least, $1,000 to a couple $1,000s a year just on vendor fees. So you definitely want to make sure that you are vetting the pop-up shop if you are doing vending events, okay? So if you are doing in-person selling, you want to vet that particular pop-up shop. And I have a video that I just posted recently on how to vet your pop-up shop. So make sure you go ahead and click that video as well. So again, vet the pop-up shop. Y'all, mistake number 4 is probably the biggest mistake that I made, okay? This is probably the biggest mistake that I made, and that was not having a business plan in the very beginning. Now, I know I have done videos in the past where, I was talking about all of the research that I did. I did the research, right? So I knew who my target audience was. I knew what my messaging was. I knew like the type of content that I wanted to create and stuff like that, but I didn't know how to reach my audience, okay? Like I didn't know how, okay, to sell. So I knew what I wanted to sell. I knew who I wanted to sell it to, but I didn't create a plan to get to that audience. And that is really, really essential when you are starting and launching a business, okay? That is critical, okay? Critical. Because a business plan really maps out exactly what it is that you're going to do every single year, every single quarter, every single month, every single day. and it talks about your finances, it talks about your target audience, it talks about your marketing strategies and how you are actually going to implement. So I had the plan on how to do it, but I didn't have the strategy behind it. And that was a huge mistake that I made. And don't do that. Just don't do that, okay? Really sit down and map out your business. So don't just create a plan, but create a strategy in how you are going to implement and execute that plan. Whoa, like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, yo, but again, these different masterclasses that I have been attending over the last 2 months, they've all been saying the exact same thing. So it has to be some type of truth in it. Like, you need a business plan. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go and buy, you know what I'm saying, or hire someone to create a business plan for you. It doesn't have to be really expensive. You can Google templates, or you can just Google like the major headings that you need and just go from there. But you don't really have to, you shouldn't be spending any money on a business plan, okay? Because it's your business and these are your ideas. All you're doing is just sitting down and really asking yourself, how am I going to implement this? Y'all, please create a business plan. Please, sis. And then last but not least, mistake number 5 was my goal setting. Now, y'all know I am a planner. Like, I plan. Can't nobody tell me how to plan. Can't nobody tell me how to accomplish a goal. But sis, when it comes to business, like, business planning is a little bit different, right? Business goal setting is a little bit different. And one of the things that I was doing is I was only planning for the year, right? And you can tell that I was doing this because you can go back to like the planning videos that I have on my channel, and they were really focused on like yearly plans. And then you could see how I was doing like my weekly plan with me's, right? So I was going straight from like the year, okay, and then this week I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and it doesn't really connect. So what you need to do is, yes, you can have, a yearly plan, because everyone has, New Year's resolutions, New Year goals that they want to accomplish, but really break down those goals into smaller compartments, okay? So break down those goals into like mini goals. So yes, you have your yearly goal, but you should also have quarterly goals. So every single quarter within the year, you should have, different goals set for those particular quarters. And then even different, like markings that you want to reach every single month. So you have yearly goals, you have quarterly goals, and then you have monthly goals. And then your day-to-day, okay, is how you are accomplishing those goals, okay? So that was a huge mistake. I was really only focusing on yearly goals and not quarterly and monthly goals. And the reason why I say it's a mistake is because it's overwhelming, okay? It's super overwhelming. And if you are a procrastinator such as me, even though I'm a huge planner, y'all, I be procrastinating. Like, I'm gonna get it done, but I'm gonna get it done when I want to get it done. And so that was a huge mistake because I was getting so overwhelmed. Because let's say in the beginning of the year, y'all, you have, let's say you're like, okay, I want to make $100,000 profit this year, okay, in my business. When it's January and you don't see any sales coming in, you're like, you're like, this isn't going to work for me. And that's super, super overwhelming, because then you're like sweating, like, oh my God, I only made like a $200 profit in January. What am I going to do for the rest of these months? And you're like racking your brain, and it's super overwhelming. So what I suggest is that you make quarterly sales goals or monthly sales goals in addition, okay, to your yearly sales goals, because those quarterly and those monthly goals are going to show you exactly what it is that you need to do in order to accomplish those goals. Let's say that if you have $100,000 profit goal for your business, then every single quarter you need to be making $25,000. Okay, so that means every month you need to be making X amount of dollars. I'm not a mathematician. I don't know. Y'all do the math, right? So that means every single week you need to be having these X amount of orders for these X amount of dollars, so you're breaking down your goals, and I was not doing that. And the last reason why you should be doing quarterly and monthly goals in addition to your yearly goals is because goals change over time. So what I found myself doing is that, again, I do a lot of reading. I attend a lot of master classes. I frequent, business conferences. And so as I learned about business and business as it pertains to my particular industry and my particular business, my goals changed, so you don't want to be stuck with these goals that you made in the beginning of the year. And as you're growing as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, your goals and your morals and your values and all of those things may change as well. So whereas in the beginning, your goals was about money, in the end, your goals may really just be about building community and helping those who you serve in your target audience, right? So again, y'all, please set quarterly and monthly goals in addition to, not in lieu of or not instead of, in addition to your yearly goals, okay? So those are the 5 mistakes that I made that you will not make, okay? Because you are going to implement these things that I just told you, okay? So just to recap, we want to launch one product, okay? We don't want to launch more than one product, okay? We want to create a budget for our business in the very beginning. If we are attending different pop-up shops and different in-person events, we want to make sure that our target audience is there. So we definitely want to vet the promoters of these particular vending events and pop-up shops that we are attending. We want to make sure in the very, very beginning that we are setting and writing down solid business plans that map out our goals and our intentions and our finances for our business. And then last but not least, we want to make sure that we are focusing not just on yearly goals, but also on those quarterly and monthly goals as well. And that's it, y'all. So again, I hope this video helped you, y'all. Like, I really, since I have been a business owner, I think I really didn't really care about business in the very beginning. I just knew that I wanted to launch a stationery company because I was just in love with planning. I love stickers, I love markers, I love pens, I love writing, I love all of those things, and I just wanted to share my passion with other people. But now that I'm really doing the work in my business, I have become just as obsessed with business. That's all I want to talk about is business. So again, goals change, people change as you go. So even if all of these don't pertain to you, I really, really hope that at least one of them did and that you can implement it in your launch strategy for 2023, okay? So boom, again, if this video helped you in any type of way, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions, any comments, any, feedback or anything, please leave it in the comment section below. And until next time, y'all, peace.